How's it going, guys? Andre back here. I know it's been a while, but today we are going to focus a little bit on real estate photography. Right now, with everything that is going on, this is the perfect time to really explore that niche. If you're a photographer, a lot of people are buying, a lot of people are selling, so it's definitely something that you guys can pursue. So today I'm actually going to give you guys a few tips for real estate photography. We're going to kind of go through a house, show you how I'm taking the process, and we will go from there. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is the gear that I'm using. Always you want to have a nice sturdy tripod, preferably a full frame camera. I'm using the Sony a7 III and a wide angle lens. I am using the Sony 20mm 1.8. Thank you, Robert, for lending it to me. That is what we're going to be using. In terms of the gear, you can always use flash if you really want, but the natural light that we have going on here is pretty good. So we will be working with what we have. My brother's actually on the camera. He's going to be following me around, and then I will probably just give you guys a few more tips as we go on. So let's go. So usually you want to try and make the room look as big as possible, let as much natural light in. So right now for this shot, we're actually working with a window behind us. For my settings, because I'm working with such a wide angle lens, most of the things are going to be in focus. So an aperture 2.8 works just fine. We want to avoid any grain and any noise, so ISO 100, and then we will work with our shutter speed accordingly. So in order to get a proper exposure on mine, I need to shoot about 1/15 of a second. Because I'm working with a low shutter speed, I always put it on a timer. But the other thing that I like to do is to create my photos so they end up being HDR if I need. So it's safe to always bracket your photos, which means you take 3 different exposures and then you stack them into Lightroom later. You want to capture as many angles as you can, just so you can give the client as many options as possible. With this kitchen right here, we actually only have 2 chairs. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to make a composite where we're going to be moving the chairs around so we can actually make it look like there's 4 chairs in here. Grab a few different angles, make sure we have lots of natural light, and make sure our white balance is correct. Okay, so the next feature of a house that is always good when it comes to selling is the master bedroom. You want to make sure you make the master bedroom look as bright and as large as possible. It is known that larger photos and brighter photos typically attract more buyers. So the way to do that is you roughly want to make sure you have your camera in between 4.5 to 5 feet. I think this is about 4.5 where I have mine right now. And you always want to kind of angle your camera up. You want to be able to showcase a little bit of the floor and also a fair amount of the ceiling, because that gives the illusion that the camera is larger than it really is. When it comes to the master bedroom, the kitchen, and the living room, it's really important that the house isn't entirely empty. You want to make sure you are staging the home at least a little bit. Luckily, this master bedroom still has all the furniture inside, which makes our job a whole of a lot easier. It shows, gives the client an idea of how much stuff they can fit into the master bedroom, and it will just help sell the house a little bit more. When it comes to the master bedroom, you want to make sure you take photos of the closet as well, and of the ensuite. Showcases many of the features that the master bedroom gives, because this is where your client will spend most of their time. Okay, so now we are in the basement, and this is going to prove the biggest challenge for us. Why? Because of all the little spotlights that this basement has. Normally, you would be able to fix this if you have some flashes. You could bounce it off the walls, and that would give you some decent enough results. Luckily, we're shooting on full frame mirrorless camera, shooting in RAW, so we will be able to recover the colors, the exposure, and making sure everything still looks good. Do your best to get everything you can right in camera, just so you can make it easier in post-production later.